What up, what up, what up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to do a review of Tyler Perry's Ruthless, Season 4, Episode 21. So if you have not seen Episode 21 of Season 4 of Tyler Perry's Ruthless, turn this video off, go watch the episode, come back and watch this video. Please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Help me get to 200 subscribers, which isn't even breaking the mold, but help me get somewhere in this YouTube content creation that I'm trying to indulge and involve myself into. Look, I'm rambling. Just like the video and subscribe to my channel. It helps me more than you know. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out when I post. And I'm not a public speaker. As you can see, I will fumble at my words. I will say, so, like 1,000 times. I may stop to regain my thoughts. I may slow my speaking down to regain my thoughts. I'm going to definitely be looking at my notes that I take throughout the show because my memory is trash. And anything I say, it's my opinion. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. And if you've been watching my reviews, then you know I burnt my arm. My color is coming back so good. Look at this. It looks so good. But anyway. Yeah, last chance. This is... Oh, no. Comment below. I think I forgot to say that. Comment below what you thought of this episode. What you would grade it. If I forgot anything or was off on anything, like I said, because my memory's trash, let me know in the comments. I like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. I have thoughts about this episode. This episode was mid all the way into the last 1 or 2 minutes of the episode. I hate when they do stuff like that. Like, this episode was very mid until like the last minute and a half of the episode. I'm just like, okay, well, I guess we're going to get some better. I guess the next week's episode is going to be way better. But this episode, was this the finale? I hope this wasn't the finale. I hope they're going to give us one more episode next week. Because this episode 21, and Tyler Perry shows usually go to like 21, 22 episodes. I'm hoping this wasn't the finale. I should have checked that before I started reviewing. But either way, this may be the finale. It may be the episode before the finale. We don't know. I don't know. Let me say I don't know. But the episode was mid into the last minute and a half, so I have no choice but to give it a C+. I want to give it a B. I want to give it a B+ because of the last minute and a half, but that we shouldn't have to wait a whole episode to the last minute and a half to get the good stuff. So that's why I have to give it a C+. I low key want to give it a C-, but I'm gonna do C+ because the plus is the last minute and a half of the episode is what gave it the plus for me, because I really wanted to do C-. But let me know in the comments what you guys would grade this week's episode. I do grades, not ratings. If you watch my reviews, then you should know this by now. But anyway, this is the last chance. If you have not seen Tyler Perry's Ruthless, Season 4, Episode 21, turn this video off because I'm about to spoil the entire episode. Okay, so the episode, it begins with the same scene that last week's episode ended with, where George finds Malcolm in the woods trying to get to the car, and Malcolm gets caught in the bear trap. So George, he starts questioning Malcolm. He asking him, who helped you escape? So Malcolm gets the line saying Ruth. I mean, in a way, Ruth helped him escape because Ruth let him walk right past without saying anything and leave out the gate. But she didn't help him like the way he's saying it. So he says, Ruth helped me. And George's like, why would she do that? So if I go ask Ruth, and Malcolm's like, of course she gonna deny that she helped me. But he gonna say, he says, but she did help me. So George, he pages Lewis to tell Lewis to tell Daikon that they caught one. He's like, I caught a deer. They speaking in code. So Malcolm, he's pleading with George. He's like, don't take me back there. He's like, if you're going to kill me, just kill me now, because I'm not going back there. All they're going to do is kill me when I get there. George is trying to tell Malcolm to stop talking and stand up, even though he got a bear trap on his leg. He's stepping on the bear trap to put Malcolm in more pain. Then he just, what's the word? Then eventually he just knocks Malcolm out to restrain him. Then we get this quick little scene with Ruth. She goes to Lewis, and she's telling him, make sure you go calm your bitch down. Talking about Bridget. Make sure you go calm her down. Make sure she's ready to execute the plan and whatnot. Oh, excuse me. So then River, he runs over to Ruth to tell her that he broke Daikon's laptop. So now they won't be able to get access to see Joan's account. So Ruth's like, oh, well, that's good, but I still don't trust Joan. And as soon as she's saying that, Manny comes over. Ruth, the highest wants to see you. So Lewis and Bridget, they meet and they spat, the little abandoned car covered in newspapers. So they meet there, and Lewis, he going off on Bridget like, what were you thinking? This, that, and third. Bridget's too busy focused on him fucking another girl at the bathhouse. Talking about, what were you doing with that other woman? And Lewis is just like, it's only you, baby. And I'm just like, that's the type of conversation we having in a cult. You need to be thinking about freedom, girl, not goddamn dick. So Lewis like, look, Bridget, is you with me or not? Is you with me or not? So she's like, I'm with you. I love you. So then Lewis, he hands Bridget a gun to put in her boot. So then we get this scene that I've been low-key waiting for, because I'm like, I wonder how aligned Ruth and Joan's stories are going to be. Since though they ain't had no time to prep to tell the highest what they was arguing about. Or not arguing about, for that matter. So Ruth, she enters the highest trailer. The highest immediately is like, he saw her and Joan in a heated discussion. Ruth's like, oh, it wasn't a heated discussion. I was just annoyed. Soon as she said that, I was like, oh, shit. Because Joan didn't say nothing about Ruth being annoyed. So she said she was just annoyed. Ruth and Joan start apologizing to each other. And the highest, he's demanding, he's like, Ruth, tell me what your conversation was about with Joan. So Ruth says that she was jealous of, that Joan gets to go to the bank with the highest. And she says that she don't like the way that Joan smiles at the highest. She says she doesn't want anyone thinking that they could take her place. So the highest is like, oh, well, of course no one can take your place. Like, kind of seemingly eating up Ruth's lies. Like he eating it up. So then Ruth and Joan, they simultaneously apologize to the highest. Ruth's like, oh, well, as they say in the streets, and then looks at Joan, I'd kill a bitch over you. And the highest is like, language, Ruth. What language? Ruth's like, sorry, your highest. So, he says to Ruth, all this may be going to your head. So Ruth's like, well, my love for you. So then the highest tells Joan, he excuses Joan. And then when Joan leaves out, he chuckles and like, so you'd kill a bitch for me? And Ruth is like, yes, your highest, I love you so much. She tells him that no other woman will love him like she does. Then she asks him, can she wash his feet before the prophecy? So the highest is like, oh, the elder mother does that. And Ruth's like, oh, we know the elder mother doesn't love you like I do, so I should wash your feet. And the highest is like, okay, I'll let you wash my feet. Then we get this super brief scene where Ruth runs up to Zane to ask her where the elder mother is. Zane tells her she's in the kitchen, and Ruth runs off. So then we get this scene. Lewis, he goes to Daikon to tell him that Malcolm got caught in the bear trap, and that George set up, and Daikon's like, I love this guy. Talking about George. So Lewis tells Daikon George is on his way back to bring Malcolm back. And then Daikon asks, like, what about Peter? So Lewis is like, oh, we still looking for Peter. He says, but I wouldn't be so worried about him because Peter hates the government, so I don't think he will go to them. He says most likely Peter's probably still hiding somewhere in the compound. He says Peter can't make it out there on his own, basically. So then Lewis puts his hand on Daikon's shoulder, and he's like, "You can relax, Daikon." And he tells him, "You put together a great team that will follow you and the highest to the ends of the earth." So as Lewis tries to walk away, Daikon's like, "Why'd you touch me just then?" And Lewis is like, "Well, I was just trying to show you that I'm on your side." And Daikon's like, "You don't have to touch me to do that." He says, "Touching is intimate." He's like, "Never do that unless you're serious." So I'm just like, serious about what? Like, I get that Daikon takes it up the ass from the highest. He was his first before River came along, or that other boy that was that the highest was fucking, and Andrew ended up killing. So, you know, Daikon was first, so it's just like, okay, but then he started fucking Ruth, so I'm like, okay, well, maybe he just like, well, we see like both in this episode. I don't know, Daikon's confusing for me. But, yeah, he tells Lewis, touching is intimate, never do that unless you're serious. And I was just like, what? So Lewis is like, sorry, Daikon. So then Daikon's like, he tells Lewis, I saw a plate in the punishment trailer. And he asks Lewis, who fed the prisoners? And Lewis is like, I don't know. So then Daikon dismisses Lewis. And I'm like, okay, so this is going to come up again. So Ruth, she goes in the kitchen to the elder mother. She tells the elder mother she'll be washing the highest feet before the prophecy. Of course, elder mother is upset and doesn't like that. And Ruth's like, well, you have no choice, because I could tell the highest you tried to kill his child. And elder mother's like, I did not do that. So Ruth, she tells elder mother, you go feed the men. So then elder mother leaves the kitchen. Joan comes in, tries to talk about how she was wrong, this, that, and third. Ruth ain't trying to hear none of it. She tells her to get the fuck out of her face, basically. Threatens to throw water on her, boiling water on her, or something like that. So then at the sheriff's station, these motherfuckers ain't getting nowhere. I thought when they got Aaron, they was going to get somewhere. They haven't gotten anywhere. So Desiree, she gets off the phone and she tells Cal, like, they still don't have the warrant. So then Cal tells Desiree that Aaron snuck in to speak to Andrew about trying to get him to help. He says, but Andrew didn't budge. It didn't work. So then the sheriff sitting right behind him. I was like, it's random ass scene. Desiree's like, why is Fat Boy out here? Talking about the sheriff. So Cal's like, well, he said he has to use the bathroom. I'm like, okay. If he got to use the bathroom, why is he still sitting right there? Why wasn't he escorted to use the bathroom and took him back to the cell? I was just like, why we have him sitting right? It was so weird. I was like, y'all kind of giving him a chance to try something. Having him just sitting right there, cuffed and all, he could still try something. So, you know, Cal, he tries to ensure Desiree, we gonna get him or whatever. We gonna get the cult. Cal tells Desiree, like, if you go down, I'm gonna go down with you. He touches her shoulder intimately. Then Aaron walks over. He's like, are you guys a couple? So Cal's like, oh, no, we're not. So, you know, Aaron's still adamant, worried about Laura. And, you know, Desiree's ensuring Aaron that they're going to get her out. All that jargon. So then we get to seeing River. He goes over to Zane and Lacey. He tries to start apologizing to Zane. Lacey, she basically jumps in the conversation, is going off on River, like, don't believe this asshole. He's an asshole, just going on him and all that. So River tells Zane that he wasn't going to leave her. He was only planning on leaving Lacey. And he says that, but he knows that Zane won't leave without Lacey. And Lacey was like, that's because that's my girl. Get the fuck, River. Tells River to get the fuck. So River walks away, and Zane's like, do you think that was wise to go off on River? Because he's always has a plan. Basically, she I don't feel like you should have did that. We still need to be on his good side just in case. Lacey's like, oh, he got a plan, but it don't include us. I'm telling you. Yeah, because I'm just trying. I feel like Ruth got her own agenda. She ain't about to help nobody get out. Because if I'm not mistaken, this plan is supposed to go. They put their guns on the highest in Daikon. Tell all the soldiers to put their shit down where the highest gets it. And Ruth's supposed to get, and Bridget's supposed to pull the gun on Ruth to take her as hostage. So where does River, Joan, Zane, Lacey, where do they come into play? Laura. I'm just like, when do these motherfuckers come into play? Because this seeming like a plan where Ruth just getting out of there. I get it, though. She can't trust, I mean, she could trust Zane and Lacey. Not so much Lacey. I'm going to say because Lacey tried to snitch on her at one point. The only one she could probably really trust is Zane. Joan had this secret account. River was about to leave with his lover. Lacey snitched on her at one point. So I can understand her every man for himself mentality. Poor Zane got to get hit in the crossfire. She ain't gonna be able to save Zane if she can't. So back at the sheriff's station, the agent, he comes back out to try to take Sheriff back to the cell. Somehow the sheriff bargains his way. He's like, come on, man, I got cancer. I need to sit out here. And the agent just go, real life, that's why I say sometimes shit on Tyler Perry is just not real life. Because in real life, that nigga wouldn't have been able to just sit out there. So the agent walks away and the sheriff starts to talk to Aaron, basically trying to convince him that the feds are scared and they don't know what they're doing. Telling them that they shouldn't go into the compound. They're going to get everybody killed. You know, all the regular stuff that they've been saying. And Aaron just telling the sheriff, like, leave me alone. Get the fuck out of my face. Walks away on him. I'm just like, if only the feds knew that them children was not at that compound, shit wouldn't be so difficult. So then this week at this scene, Daikon, he goes to Elder Mother. He asks her if she's fed the prisoners. And Elder Mother's like, no. And Daikon's like, well, why was there a half-eaten sandwich in there? And I'm just like, oh, shit. I'm thinking to myself, Elder Mother will end up putting 2 and 2 together and be like, eating sandwich. But I mean, how many people in there eating sandwiches a day? It could have been anybody, but somehow, some way, it's going to be brought back up because they made this whole scene a thing. So, of course, Elder Mother's trying to get to Daikon again about Ruth. Because she already brought this up to Daikon again. I don't even know why we having this repetitive conversation again. She basically telling him, like, Ruth is letting this baby get to her head. Like, too bad she's pregnant. There's a way we can make that go away, you know. Daikon's like, what are you saying? You know. Elder Mother's like, well, if she has the highest child, she'll be unstoppable. And Daikon tells Elder Mother, like, just stop. He tells her to stop talking like that or he'll tell the highest. Says that he don't want to hear another word about it. She is pressing her luck. How you talking to Daikon about trying to kill his possible child? Because that's possibly Daikon's child. No, I think it is Daikon's. Wait, Ruth's not even pregnant. What the fuck is wrong with me? Anyway. So after Ruth washes the highest feet, you know, he asking her how did she know what she was doing, and Ruth's like, oh, you know, although women are simple-minded, we know a few little things. And the highest is like, oh, you're nothing. He says you're anything but simple-minded because you're carrying my child, and the male part of my child is making your brain better. I said, okay. I know the highest supposed to be stupid, but come on with this dumb shit. Like, the male baby is making her brain. I guess we just gotta think about it by the way they think. They think that women are not superior at their compound, all that stuff. So, of course, that's his mindset. So then Daikon announces to the camp. We get the scene. Daikon announces to the camp It's time for the highest prophecy. Tells Manny to go stand guard in front of the highest trailer. Has Lewis and George to get ready. Tells them to get ready for them to bring the highest out. So then Daikon, he goes over to George and he says, I've been thinking about you. I want you to come to my trailer later. I want to show you how happy you've been making me. So I'm just like, oh, so you about to start raping niggas too, huh, Daikon? So George's like, oh, gladly, sir. I'm so excited. Then he goes over to Lewis and he's like, this nigga want me to come to his trailer later. He gonna get this shit pushed back or something. He said he tried something on me. So the highest is brung out. He begins his prophecy announcing that they'll be moving, things like that. Roof goes into the highest trailer. Another thing, Manny don't know the full plan. I said this before, though. Manny don't know the full plan. He just know that the shit about to pop off. He don't know the full plan. But thank goodness he allowed Roof to go into the trailer. She was like, I'm supposed to wash his feet afterwards. So Roof, she goes into the highest trailer. She starts packing the money into the duffel bag. Then she runs out the back door and takes the money and puts it in the trunk of the car. I don't know if that was the car that Lewis and Bridget be meeting at, or if that was like their getaway car. Because I thought the getaway car was the one that Malcolm found. I don't know what the getaway car is at this point. I'm assuming it's the one she put the money in. It has to be, right? So she puts the money. I ain't even going to hold you, though. The whole time she was putting that money in the back, I was just like, oh, somebody about to walk in this fucking trailer and catch her ass. And that's how I thought it was going to go off. I was like, oh, she about to get caught. My heart was racing the whole time Roof was stuffing that bag. I was like, she about to get caught somewhere in between here. Then when she didn't get caught stuffing the money, I was like, all right, she about to get caught putting this shit in the car. Somebody gonna catch her. She didn't get caught neither. She got back to the prophecy. She got back to the prophecy. She gives Lewis the head nod like we good. So then Lewis turns his gun on the highest and George turns his gun on Daikon. And I was surprised at what the highest said. He was like, you can't do this. Not what are you doing, not how dare you, anything like that. Like, it's you can't do this. Lewis was like, oh, yes, the fuck we can. We getting the fuck up out of here. Daikon's face was just hilarious to me. He was just talking about fucking this nigga later. Now this nigga got a gun on you. But that's how the episode ended. And like I said, we shouldn't have had to wait till the last minute and a half, 2 minutes for the damn shit to get good. That's why I'm like, low-key gave finale vibes. I hope this wasn't the finale. I'm hoping that they give us one more episode. Because if they give us one more episode, then I feel like we're going to have something. That next episode going to be good. But this joint was mid. That's why I have to give it a C+. It was mid until the last 2 minutes of it. I can't just give it a good grade because the last 2 minutes was good. That's just not how I feel. Like, I feel like, no, it shouldn't have been mid all the way. I'm just looking like, okay. Predictions or thoughts for the episode to come? Like I said, I don't see where River, Joan, Lacey, and Zane, I don't see where they would, or Laura, I don't see where they would come into play as far as this plan. Only people I see getting out as far as this plan goes is George, Lewis, Manny, Roof, and Bridget. So I'm just like, I'm wondering how this is going to play out. It's way more soldiers than George and Lewis. They could just try their hand. But shit like this, it wouldn't happen in real life. The soldiers would have shot Lewis as soon as he turned his gun on the highest. While he was talking to the highest, talking about something, we getting the fuck up out of, that's when the headshot should have been. Boop, we getting the fuck out of, boop. That's when it should have happened. But of course, we want the suspense and drama of it all. So of course they didn't do that. So I'm just wondering how the rest of this plan gonna go. I'm hoping this wasn't the finale. But if it was, then we gotta wait. As far as, I don't know, Aaron and them, they still waiting on that warrant. Aaron giving vibes like he might try to sneak back in there to get her out. I hope he don't do no dumb shit. I know it's taking a while, but just wait for them feds to do what they do, because your wife ain't dead. And she ain't harmed yet. Ain't nobody even suspecting her of trying to of being a deserter, what they call people that's trying to escape. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, all I can say is I'm just wondering how this whole plan gonna play out. We seeing this begin. Let's see if the soldiers gonna put their guns down. It's just 3 soldiers against the rest of them soldiers, so we're gonna see how this play out. Those are my little thoughts or what have yous for episodes to come. Thanks for watching this review. Comment below what you thought of this episode. Is this the finale? I don't know. Comment what you would grade this episode. If I forgot anything or was off on anything, let me know in the comments. Again, I graded it a C+. And yeah, like this video. Subscribe to my channel. I don't only review Ruthless. I review other shows as well. I keep saying I'm going to put the rest of my covers and freestyles on my channel. I still ain't done it yet. Hopefully I'll get it done tomorrow. I don't know. But yeah, just check my channel out. I'm a cool person. Look, I'm high. I'm just rambling. Check my channel out. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out when I post. And I will see y'all in the next review. Again, thanks for watching. Peace.